Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is
Abled.
And I am Dad, and you are...
Eli. I'm the host.
He's the host. Fredy is on vacation.
Yep.
And so it's on me and you.
Yeah, like how we usually do.
It's old school style. Shout
know.
out to Fredy, who gave us some insight on some things that he likes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So we'll keep that in mind. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. The playoffs have started.
And it is hot.
It's been exciting. There's 16 teams, right?
Yeah.
4 of those teams lost their home court.
Yeah.
And the other 4 teams won their home court.
Absolutely.
And like you like to say, once the road team wins the game, the series has officially started.
Right.
So it's home field. Okay, if you win the first 2 home games,
you're supposed to do that.
On the road team to now deliver.
Yes, when they get home.
But if they win their home game, that was 2-2. Now it's like, okay, nobody's really.
And plus, it's hard to beat if you win your first 2 games in your building, and I'm a good team.
Right.
It's hard to beat me 3 times, so I know I'm gonna stop the bleeding when I get home. The key to it is that 4th game.
Yeah,
can I tie it?
Right.
Or does the scales tip?
Right.
Yeah.
In the road team's favor.
Yes.
At that point. So let's get into the matchups.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
The Bucks take a 2-0 lead to Eli's surprise over the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it, man.
I don't really know what happened. The first game I was fine with. It was gritty. It was tough. They played into Miami's hand the whole game to me.
In the first game.
Right? It was tough. It was tight. Bam looked like he was shutting down Giannis again, making it very difficult for him to shoot. Kind of put the wall up around him.
Yes.
I like Jrue Holiday's impact.
Yes.
It was strong. But then I'm thinking Dragic had kind of neutralized it a little bit. Right? Gets down to overtime. I'm like, okay, cool. I wasn't expecting Bam and Jimmy to shoot that bad in the first game.
Right.
They did. They lost in overtime. Chris Middleton, who's the third option now, because they got in Jrue Holiday as their second, was perfect. Had 27 points and had a clutch game winner.
A fall away. Beautiful shot.
And it was great defense but better offense.
Yes.
Right? So I said, okay, cool. Game 1 goes to the Bucks. I said game 2, Bam and Jimmy are not going to play like that. And Miami's going to show up. As soon as the game started.
It was over.
I blinked, and it was 12-2. Spoelstra called the timeout. I said, okay, cool. Relax.
That's a good timeout.
Yep.
Relax.
You're down by 10. Came out of the timeout. I thought they were going to make some adjustments. The same thing happened. 10-2 run. Now it's 24-4 or 24-8. I'm like, okay, Jimmy, give me something.
Stop the bleeding.
Robertson, Tyler, give me some threes. You got none who is their starting point guard because I forgot in the bubble last year he was out, so Dragic started.
Right, absolutely.
So I was like, okay, cool. You got none who can also shoot threes, and then you got Dragic coming off your bench. That's perfect. With Trevor Ariza, I'm thinking something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And they just got a royal whipping behind.
And the Bucks broke a record. They hit 10 threes in the first quarter.
Right, okay.
So when you hit, I don't care who you playing.
Right.
If the other team is going to hit 10 threes.
Right. Like we talk about the other game, which is the Dallas game, because they hit 18 threes against the...
yeah, but that was for the whole game.
Right,
I'm talking about in the first quarter.
Yeah.
10 threes, you're going to lose. I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
and
that's
impressive. It was 46-25.
At the end of the first quarter.
And it really was over.
It was a wrap.
So I think...
Jimmy played bad again. Bam played bad again. The Duncan Robinson and Tyler didn't seem like they improved
from last year. Well, I think last year they caught lightning in a bottle.
It was a bubble. It was a home court advantage.
Right. And all of those things. And I think Milwaukee didn't want to be there. And I think they kind of caught Milwaukee sleeping,
right?
And took advantage.
In the regular season, they was a bad matchup for Milwaukee,
right?
All the way through,
and they took advantage of that. They saw some things, and they took advantage.
And I'm thinking, okay, if this is gonna be the performance for a game 2 after you almost won a game 1, why did you even decide to take this matchup? Because let's be real, all Miami had to do was win the last 2 games, and they would have been the 4th seed.
Playing the Knicks.
Playing Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then you could have avoided Milwaukee, but why?
Yeah. Why, when you beat them last year, and you think that you're just a problem for them, so you wanted to take on that challenge. So you roll the dice
and see what happens.
You roll the dice, see what happens. Now, the series is not over. We just got finished saying.
I'm still taking Miami all the way through.
So you're taking Miami in how many games?
6 or 7. I said that.
So they're going to win the next 4 games?
It's happened before. We've seen it happen before.
Dude, this
it happened to the Bucks.
But this is a different Milwaukee team.
This is a different Milwaukee team. I'm just rooting for them because I don't really believe in Milwaukee. I haven't.
And Milwaukee also picked up Clinton Portis, who's off their bench, and there's somebody else, I forget his name, that they picked up in the offseason,
right,
besides Drew Holiday and P.J. Tucker.
Yeah.
So they're equipped to go a long way.
Yeah. They had one of Bogdanovic shooters.
Yes.
Because there's like 8 Bogdanoviches in the league.
Yeah. They got one of them. They got this kid, Brian, I forget his last name, coming off their bench.
Right.
He's shooting well.
I thought Miami, now I get it, because here's the thing, too. Miami's not built like a LeBron as a player or like a Golden State team where you can run 5 seasons in a playoff. Yeah, back-to-back.
They was too young for that.
Right.
And too inexperienced.
You coming off of 77 days of rest.
Yeah.
Which is now affecting you.
Yeah.
And 2 injuries, I get all that.
Injuries. Tyler Hero wanted to be a star.
A star immediately when he's
off the court.
Right. I get all that. But it's the playoff time. Now it's time to lock in. Pat Riley and Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler don't seem like the 3 pioneers of the franchise to let this slide.
Well, I'm gonna share some bad news with you. This is going 5.
Yeah.
Miami will get the next game to save face.
And we'll see what happens in the game 4.
Milwaukee will get game 4 and bring it back, and the crowd will be electric because they remember what happened last year.
Right.
And it's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean,
in my humble opinion.
But
now,
I'm still rocking with Miami.
The Nuggets tie up their series with a very impressive win. What'd you think?
I like it. They came out aggressive. Porter came out aggressive too. He had only 18 points, but I could feel his impact. He was hustling, diving for loose balls, hitting a lot of big shots. It seemed like Portland punched him in the mouth in the first game.
Right.
And Dame went off, and then Melo went off in particular because he heard a lot of boos from the fans.
So he went off.
Which honestly I was surprised about because he left y'all a long time ago. Why y'all still on that?
Yes.
But he came out aggressive. Portland came out aggressive and punched Denver in the mouth, right? Pressure was on Denver to win this game. Mm-hmm. Joker owned
Nurkic.
Nurkic.
Yes.
He owned them the whole game through.
Mm-hmm.
Every shot just bang, bang.
And side note, in the second quarter, though, Dame Lillard.
Oh, yeah. Dame
hit
my God.
8 threes in the second quarter by himself.
I was trying so hard not to get emotional as I was watching.
Because we had our podcast.
Because I had that podcast.
And you wanted to scream on every shot.
Because every shot looked like, oh, come on. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Bang. And I'm like, oh, my God. He's a downgraded version of Steph Curry. That was a Steph Curry performance.
Yes.
Cut it down to 4, going to overtime. Now, granted, Joker hit a big 3 to put them up 13. But I said, okay, cool.
That game didn't go into overtime?
No, I'm sorry. Halftime. I'm sorry.
Okay, halftime.
Cut down to 4 to halftime. Joker put them up 13 with a big 3 to put them up 13. So I was like, okay, cool. Second half, they'll make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a lot of turnovers. And I was expecting CJ to show up. CJ, I need you to show up one of these games.
Because
you can't have... Granted,
your man hit 8 threes, and now you got to say, let me take it from here.
Right. You got to... Exactly. Because you can't have First of all, Dame hit his low too early because he had 32 points at halftime.
Yeah.
Only had 8 points in the second half.
Yeah.
But that was the perfect time for CJ to take over.
Absolutely.
I need Powell to do his thing.
Yes.
And Covington. But here's the thing. Portland, you did your job. You got a road win.
You got a road win.
So now the series starts.
Yes.
Try to defend home court.
Yes.
And we got a series. Now,
yeah.
I still have... I don't know. I might have to change my pick because here's the thing. Matchup for matchup, they're not built to beat Portland.
Nah, I think Portland's going to beat them in 6.
I think so too now because without Murray, you're missing 45 to 35 points right there.
Yes.
I expect Porter to do his thing, but not in an impactful, give me 35.
And Aaron Gordon...
Gordon has disappeared.
He's capable of giving them at least 25, and he's not.
He's not doing that right now. Which might be because this is his first year with Denver.
And not even a full year.
And two, you got to remember, he was a third option.
Right.
Now, they didn't even put him in the second option because they put Porter in that spot.
Absolutely.
When Murray went down.
Absolutely.
And that backcourt, I expect CJ to show up one of these games. And I expect the backcourt to just beat them.
Especially at home.
And Nurkic irritates me.
He's a foul prone.
He irritates me so much because he is an offensive juggernaut to me. Because he spreads the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He can get his jump shot whenever he really wants. But he gets into foul trouble so easily.
Well, a lot of those big men, they're easy to make them jump off their feet. It's a physical game down there.
And Joker's going to bang with him.
And that's what it is. And they know once they get him out of the game, it's open season for the most part.
I guess it's because I'm so used to, Embiid and Joker staying disciplined and not getting into foul trouble.
Right.
I'm expecting another big, Nurkic, who can get you 27 and 15.
Yes.
On a good night.
And he has to get them that for them to win.
Right.
Yeah.
So... also, if Portland doesn't go to the Western Conference, I'm sorry, but the head coach has to get fired.
Stotts. Yeah, he's been there for 8 seasons.
It's time to
It's sometime after end of 8 seasons, Eli, it's just time for a new voice.
Unless you ain't going to the finals 5 years in a row. Yeah. Or a Popovich.
I give coaches 5 years is usually what it's considered. If you've been there 8, it's just time for a new voice. How many motivational speeches can this coach come up with?
He's developed CJ and James
he's done
drastically.
He's done that, but you could bring another coach in there.
A championship pedigree coach.
Championship pedigree coach, and it could change that forever. So, the Clippers are in a must-win tonight against Dallas. Now, the Clippers have lost 4 straight playoff games. Remember, they was up 3-1 last year.
Right, and they lost game 1 over the weekend.
So this is 4 straight.
Right.
And if they lose 5 straight, then you're going to start hearing the whispers that something is wrong with this team and it needs to be broken up. I expect them to get that win tonight at all cost.
I do too.
Because they're at home, and I expect them to turn Luka Doncic into more of a facilitator.
But he can play.
Yeah, very well at it.
You don't want him to be a facilitator and a scorer.
No, you don't want the people he facilitating to be hitting open shots.
Yeah.
Because if they hitting open shots, it's a long
real
night.
Quick, let's talk about Kawhi's game because you mentioned something off camera to me, which was you think that Kawhi cannot play a two-way.
No, the first part of Kawhi's career, he was really a defensive juggernaut.
Right.
And
locking down defenders.
He earned the MVP guarding LeBron that one year they won it.
Right.
Basically defense.
Because Tony and Tim did all the scoring.
And Ginobili and them did all the scoring. Then he started developing his offensive game.
He has a nice jumper now.
Very sweet mid-range game.
Because remember, we were saying his hands were too big to get a smooth shot.
He's aggressive going to the basket. But what he's learning is you got to spend double the energy now.
Right.
To get your team 30 and to shut down the other team's best defender.
Especially if you're the number one option. Because understand, when he was with Toronto, he wasn't really the number one option.
No, you had Lowry, Van Vliet, Serge Ibaka, right?
He was really the fourth option.
And because he missed 20-something games.
Right. And they went 22-5.
in his absence.
In his absence. So it's like, okay, Toronto doesn't really need you.
And then, once the playoffs started.
Right, okay, yeah, that's true. Once the playoffs started, his defense was valuable.
Right, on Greek the Freak
right,
and other people, Embiid. And
right.
So he earned it, but now he's realizing every single night you want me to be a two-way player, and I think he's exhausted.
And who knows if Paul is going to show up this game or the next game.
Who knows?
Or the next game after that.
He's got a lot of Anthony Davis in him. Like,
right,
he might show, he might not.
Right. I think he had a pretty good game 1.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game. But he took one or two ill-advised shots. But they seem to be confused on when the game get close down the stretch, who is the go-to man.
Right. I think, shouldn't that really boil down to Rondo? Because Rondo going to have the ball.
Well, now Rondo was there. Yeah. Rondo made a couple of good passes, but if you're not hitting, the thing about a point guard is he gets you the ball if you're not making those key shots.
Right.
It don't matter what the point guard do.
Right.
Rondo even hit a big three.
Yeah, he had a couple
of big ones. So he played his game, but if they don't have a specific game plan, they look a little confused.
Also, they don't have an answer for Porzingis, and Luke is not afraid of nobody.
And Porzingis didn't even play well. So if he plays well, because he's a 7-footer, you know what I mean? So you're going to put, what's their center
You're either going to put Serge on him
Zubac
or Zubac.
Serge, and it's going to open it up. So
what's it? But I expect the Clippers to win.
And the Lakers, I expect them to win.
This isn't a must-win for them because they're on the road and they're the 7th seed. But I don't I've only seen LeBron lose 2 games in like maybe 3 or 4 series.
Ever, yeah.
And where he won, he came back and won.
And this is a young team, and you don't want to start giving them confidence.
And he's lost every game 1.
Yes,
except for like maybe 1 series.
Yeah, he loses
so
because he uses that first game
to scan things
out, and so he can process information.
I don't expect him to go shoot only 16 shots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect him to he had just a real borderline performance that game 1.
Yeah, he did.
And even with that being said, they cut it down to 10 and 7.
Yeah.
And it seemed like
a shot here and there.
It also seemed like y'all played a lot better when Chris Paul wasn't on the floor.
Yes.
Because when Chris went out with the shoulder injury, y'all started flourishing. Because then Phoenix didn't know what to do.
Right. And Devin Booker had to turn into the point guard.
Right.
Yeah. How do you think Chris Paul's health is going to be the rest of the series? He says he's ready.
Look, I've seen this story 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He did well for me. He surprised me the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
His last year in Houston, they just lost to Golden State.
Right, yeah.
They should have won that series realistically. They didn't.
Yes.
And last year in the bubble, OKC took them to 7 games. If he wasn't gassed, they beat Houston.
Yeah.
Both of those seasons, he was healthy. This entire season, he was healthy.
Indeed.
I didn't say nothing about his injuries last episode.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, you know what? I think Chris Paul, I said he might be unreliable in terms of he might have a bad performance here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, look, I don't know. I'm hoping he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very injury prone. I don't know why this is.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's basketball guys just giving him bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know. But he pissed me off because the injury we thought initially was by LeBron.
Yeah, we did.
It was friendly fire by his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes back in the game, 4th quarter, jumps off from the 3-point line early. That should have been a violation, and tries to yank LeBron's arm.
Yeah, well, it was a weird.
Which he tried to do every time, and then they don't call. They don't look at him like a dirty player.
He's dirty, but he's borderline dirty. But all of those short point guards, they have to do these little trickery things.
Because they're short point guard.
Because he's short point guard.
Okay. Because I'm just like, bro.
You know, and not only he's a physical.
And it seems like
he's a physical short point guard.
And it seems like he does that every possession.
Yeah.
Like he
knows all the tricks of the trade.
And it annoys me because I'm like, bro, you're up 12. Why are you still playing this little antic?
Yeah.
You're up 12.
Yeah.
I would understand if you were down.
Yeah.
But you're up 15.
And that's
20 points, and you're still doing this.
in the league don't like him as a player, and they root against him.
I still expect the Lakers to win in 6.
I expect Anthony Davis to go for 30
Anthony, you gotta
plus.
show up. Because
He
you
has
keep playing these little on and off performances. You're still too light in the behind.
Yes.
If we gotta rely on you.
But you should be able to beat Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder, why are you letting Ayton outperform you?
Yeah.
It's his first performance. You are a champion now.
Yeah. Act like one.
Act like one. Demand the freaking ball.
Yes. Preach, Eli. Preach.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, well.
And I get it because you may have a point. Short defenders for players like Kevin Durant, AD, that irritates them.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, little dude, get off me.
That's right. Get out of the way.
That's why I like Kevin Durant's performance. He said, y'all know who I am.
You know who I am.
I'm Kevin Durant.
You know my name. Yeah.
Like, alright, I let Beverly do his little antics.
But it's over now. Go sit down and play. Yeah.
Also, too, I don't know why, but he plays like Kevin Durant with the jumpers. He doesn't have a Paul. He doesn't have a Pau Gasol. See, I like Pau Gasol because Pau Gasol, you can give it to him as the mid range, and bank it every time.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm off on tangent.
Okay, that's a good tantrum. I give you a little love for that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Continue.
The Knicks need a win, bro.
I don't know what happened.
But
see, this is go ahead. You know, since you the New York vet, and I've only hopped on New York's train twice, which was in 2012 and now. So go ahead.
I'm just gonna say this: the way the Knicks are constructed, right? In the regular season, that works. Meaning, you fly into a city, you defend, you're gritty, you get enough points, and you win. In the playoffs, me and you speak a lot about this. Right. Good teams are gonna take away your first and second option.
Absolutely.
You have to have a third option, which if he does well, frees up the first option and the second option. Right. The Knicks really don't have that. Where Atlanta has 4
bona fide.
And I forgot they had Tyrone Lue.
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams. I'm sorry. Lou Williams coming off their bench because they got him in the Rondo trade.
Right.
So they have a lot of scoring.
They got a sleeper. I love this kid because they drafted him, Cam Reddish.
Yes.
Who has a defender. But he can get you, when he flourishes and he develops, he can get you buckets.
They got Clint Capella in the middle, a bona fide big.
And we don't have, because we miss Robinson.
Right.
Robinson would be perfect.
And Noel,
who
he's
still
been
plays
playing
well. He's been playing excellent.
Well. But the Knicks are in trouble. I'm changing my pick. I hate to say it. I had the Knicks in 6. I'm going to go Atlanta in 6. I don't even think it's going to go 7 games. I think they got the split. I think the Knicks, if they win, that's our Super Bowl. We want to be in New York in front of the New York crowd. Clap that up. When they get to Atlanta, bro, they're going to win 2 on us. You know what I mean? And then we'll have a game. No, we have they have home. No, we have home.
No, so game 5
game 5 we're gonna be down 3-1, and the New York crowd is gonna be buzzing, and we're gonna win that game.
Right.
And that's gonna be the Super Bowl. Spike and them will be happy, and when they get us back to Atlanta, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
I can honestly see that. Honestly speaking, I can see it. I don't think it's gonna happen. I still have faith.
Okay.
I want us to at least win. Don't get me wrong. I don't have high expectations in this in this playoff run.
Right.
Let's be real.
But let's win a series.
Let's win a series.
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw us win a series was Boston. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
And then going to the offseason, we're gonna lose to Philly, right? Unless Washington pulls a big rabbit out of their hat.
Yeah.
And
that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen, right? And then I'm really excited about the offseason.
Of course.
Because the offseason, then we get to, okay, we either going to improve from the 4th seed to either the 3rd or 2nd seed.
Yes.
To me. Make 2 big moves. But anyway, back to the series. It was great. I was watching the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
New York was rocking, and they came out excited. Kind of like with Boston.
Well, let me ask you, do you think the crowd chanting F Trae Young was...
That's New York. I'm sorry. Now, do I think it was granted? No.
That's kind of.
But it's New York City.
His parents were in the crowd, you know.
And it don't matter. It's New York City. If you are not from New York, you don't understand it.
Yeah. It was.
They
crazy.
do the same thing to every Yankee new player we sign. If
Yeah.
you play terrible, you're gonna hear it from New York City.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think it was right, but it's New York City. You're in the Garden. So, it's going. Now, Atlanta just played like, okay, this is just a regular game. Let's just handle our business.
Mm-hmm.
New York was playing a little lethargic, a little too excited.
Yeah.
Randall especially. I'm hoping you don't play like that tomorrow.
Because
you had a bad performance.
And the regular season is over.
Like you said, they took away the first option. That didn't really happen to me. They didn't really have an answer for Randall on the whole game.
Gotcha.
He just started missing shots and it just...
Well, he took himself out of the game.
Right.
You know, sometimes
but like how
the double doesn't come.
Right.
They're not going to bring the double until you prove that it's needed.
Right. And that's the thing. Like you said, they take out the first option. That didn't really happen. He just had a bad game. Derrick Rose and Burke showed up.
Yes.
Derrick
Rose, a former MVP.
Right. Derrick Rose had 18 and Burke had 27, surprisingly. So I was thinking, okay, all that being said is right there. 12 minutes left. Randall, just give me a good 10 points. That's all we need. Give me something in the fourth quarter. Couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, now just play defense. If that's not going to be the case, give it to Derrick Rose again. Because I rely on Derrick Rose now.
Yes, I do.
So I was like, okay, if Randall ain't going to do it, Derrick Rose, do something. And then nobody could stop Trae Young's floaters.
Dude.
It wasn't even like on some... He was shooting from 3. He was just shooting a bunch of floaters.
In the paint,
and just getting it. And then on one Bogdanovich 3, it was 103 to 100. Burke had a big 3 that we needed. My man lost the ball, got it back in time as the shot, and got it off. And it was the shot went out here and curved back in.
Yeah.
Like you said, the magnets in the ball.
Yeah.
And they had too many shooters. But their defense didn't play that well. I thought that was a bad foul on RJ.
Okay. I didn't see the game.
In the late, I thought that was a great challenge. But look, it's a mandatory win. We're in New York. I should blame Spike, but we had it.
Yeah, can't blame Spike. He ain't playing.
No, because Spike is like kind of like bad luck to me.
No, but he's the mascot, the unofficial.
Yeah.
And teams come into the building and they shake his hand, but they know if he's talking smack,
right,
it could lead to something.
But then again, this is New York. That's New York basketball for you.
Okay.
Because they, like you said, they'll go up 5, and then with 2 minutes left, anything can happen. They lose the lead.
Well, here's what Randall was gonna have to learn. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Right.
So you want to be a star. You've been a star all year in New York.
Right.
You lose a game. While you home, New York is like this. What's good?
Right. We pressing you now.
We pressing you now. When you come back out, you gotta deliver. And if he delivers big, they might have a chance.
He averaged 37 points
against this team.
So I was thinking, okay, he about to lick his chops
at least
and give it to them.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay, and I gave him the first quarter. I said, cool, you're a little nervous. It's still right there. And then Quickly was getting his buckets.
Yeah.
Everybody was getting theirs except for Randall. And I said, Randall,
and it still boiled down
12
to
minutes. Just
9 seconds left on the clock. And Trae Young delivers.
Give me something. So anyway, we'll see.
I'm
excited now.
Brooklyn plays tonight. I think they'll win.
Oh, they're gonna blow them out.
Yeah, I think Boston gets one game in this series.
I
got Brooklyn in 5. I think Boston wins just one save face game.
I would say they do get 2 if they have Brown.
Oh no, if they have Brown, believe it or not, I think if they have Brown, they might even be able to push it because of the defense.
Right.
This guy Williams had 9 blocks.
That's not gonna happen again.
No, it's not. But Smart is a defender. Jaylen Brown was a defender.
Yeah.
And Williams is a defender. Anytime you got 3 wing defenders,
this is gonna be like the Lakers. The longer these series go, the better and more confidence
Brooklyn's gonna get.
So
we both have Brooklyn winning that.
I have it in 5 too. I'll give Boston again.
And also
Tatum, you gotta score 45 a night though.
And 45 a night. Minimum.
You gotta score because you the only dude out there. Kemba can give me 25. That's fine.
Yeah.
But Tatum, you gotta score 45 a night. I'm sorry.
And in terms of Philly, they're up 1-0.
That was a nail biter. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, but I think they'll win that series in 5.
I do too, but Washington easily could have put the pressure on them.
Washington is one of those weird teams that can score a lot of points.
And they did once again the whole game. Mm-hmm. It kind of just got out of hand. But Westbrook, I can't rely on Westbrook to give me 25.
No, but he'll give you a triple-double.
No, but I'm talking about 25 points.
Yeah.
I can't. And see, I was being hopeful watching the game, expecting. I was like, hey, yo, if Tatum gives me, if Bill gives me 36, and Westbrook can give me 30,
then we got a ball game.
We got a ball game.
It might even have a series, yeah.
Because if you let Embiid get his, but just take out the rest of his players,
yeah,
you got a series.
Absolutely.
And then he only gave me 14 and 20, so I was like, but if I need more points from you.
Yeah.
But he don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does, and he'll go off.
And then the playoffs come. Now Donovan Mitchell will return from an injury.
He has to.
And the pressure's on Utah.
He has no choice.
Because these young guys from Memphis, they're playing with house money.
Brooks gave me 29 points.
Yes.
I was watching the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I looked at the stat sheet, and I saw that Ja only has 16. I said, Ja, you gotta give me more. Mm-hmm. He delivered because he gave me 10 straight points.
Yes.
He was crafty around the basket, giving it to Mike Conley. You can't expect a lot from Mike Conley
at this stage.
Now, granted, he's solid.
No, but when Donovan come back, then I think Mike Conley, the pressure's off.
But if you got Mike Conley, the number one option on your offense.
From the perimeter,
and then you got Joe Ingles and Bogdanovic. Now, Bogdanovic went off.
Yeah, they can shoot. They got shooters.
They got shooters. But they don't have. Sometimes you need a little bit more than just spot-up shooters.
Well, and I'm more concerned about Donovan's health.
And who's that center from Toronto who is with Memphis now?
Yeah, I forget his name. Blah, blah, blah.
Not Bogdanovic, but y'all know who we're talking about. The veteran tough. Center, he was giving it to Rudy Gobert.
Nurkic or something. Whatever his name is, he is tough.
He was giving it to Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
because he's tough. And I didn't realize he's a more offensive center than Rudy is.
Yes.
Rudy's gonna give you your rebounds and your blocks.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna post down on Rudy and make it tired, for him to even get back on offense or on defense.
Yeah. They may have a chance. So we'll see how that goes from there. That's
You're
our
listening
NBA
to the sounds
roundup.
Of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So in the WNBA news, we had some issues with a coach calling somebody out about being fat.
Yeah.
Lynn Cambage called out Suns head coach Curt Miller for an offensive remark about her weight.
He said that she was 300 pounds.
Okay, and she's not 300 pounds.
She's not 300 pounds, obviously.
And as a head coach, saying that about one of your players is a little...
somebody else's team's players. That was a little out of
He said that about somebody else's team?
Yeah, no, they were going against each other. She's on another team. He got upset about a foul that one of his players committed on her and said that's not a foul. She's 300 pounds. Something to that remark.
Ooh. But in the heat of battle...
And look, here's the thing.
That's like when they used to say that about Shaq.
That's
Come on, that's not a foul. He's a gorilla.
Right.
He's like King Kong out there.
Understand, you're a coach, though.
Yeah, true.
You're like it's like a teacher. You're the teacher, and these are a bunch of your students.
That is true. Teach Eli.
It's a representation. Drop bomb on it. Thank you.
Yeah, drop bomb on that.
It's a representation on your team, and it's like the golden rule. You remember?
You just don't do it.
And I get it. It's heat of battle. You upset about the foul, but I wouldn't go there with it.
You let other players say that you was a coach.
I would let one of my players and then pull them to the side and be like, all right, yo, chill.
Yeah.
I like the sportsmanship.
You have to hold yourself to a different standard.
You gotta hold yourself to a different standard.
Yeah, true story.
So I'm happy about the foul. I mean the fine. They rightfully so. He deserves to apologize. I don't know if he has yet.
Who holds the record for the WNBA scoring?
Don't know. Probably Lisa Leslie or...
No, it's a young lady now. She's tore scrotum today, so I'll get her name. I think
prayers up to her. She can come back.
Yeah, I think she's going to be out 4 weeks, you know.
Yeah, but no, like I said, that was out of pocket.
Yeah, that was a little out of pocket.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Eli, I noticed you're a little excited about the football offseason.
Oh.
It's some things, some movers and shakers and some moves.
Listen, Bill, look.
Bill who?
Bill Belichick.
Okay.
Bill know who I'm talking about when I say Bill. Bill, listen, I don't usually demand a lot of requests from you because I don't really care what you do because most of the times it's either AFC Championship or Super Bowl, right? But this is the opportunity to stick it to Tom Brady and the Bucks and the whole rest of the NFL league because they think we disappeared. Now, he did amazing in the offseason and in the draft.
Yes.
But now we have an opportunity to bulk up our defense for, I don't want to say...
You mean your offense?
My offense, I'm sorry. To bulk up our offense for a reasonable price. And for the best wide receiver I've probably seen in my earlier generations and now. And Julio Jones. Because Shannon Sharp kind of put him on the spot 2 days ago, called him on Undisputed, and said, are you going to Dallas? He said no. At first, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He asked him if he's going back to Atlanta, and he said, I'm out of there.
Right.
And then I guess Skip Bayless wanted to know if he's a
going
Dallas fan. He said, I won't go there because I'm trying to go to a winning team.
And he said, do not use the social media pic. That was a while ago. I know I was winning Dallas, but I'm not going to Dallas.
Gotcha.
And I'm thinking, okay, he want to go to a winning team. So then I thought, well, not only that, but you got to try to fit in the cap space.
Yeah,
because
fit him in.
Some team has to match the $15.3 million. And then after that, it's $11 million and $11 million.
Right, it's easier
so it's
to
an
fit
easier.
it, yeah.
So I was like, Bill, we got 16.4.
We can do it.
We can do it. And then with the offensive weapons we already have, and Cam at the helm, ain't no excuses at that point.
Yeah, true story.
Bill, I need you to pull the trigger. I know you usually don't. I don't care if you can give up a first round, give up a first round. Now, they did say, realistically, it won't happen to give up a first round.
Right.
Because he's 32 years old.
Yeah, give up a second round.
Which is fine, because Bill does that all the time. He did it for Randy Moss.
Yes.
When Randy was with the Vikings.
Yes.
And Julio, quiet dude. I ain't hear no BS off the field about him. He's only missed 2. He missed last year, which was, I think, his most games. It was 6 games.
Yes.
And then only 4 games in the last 4 seasons.
Yes, so he's very doable.
Very doable. Dude, you want to stick it to Tom Brady and the Bucks, and more specifically, Robert Kraft.
Yes.
Because Bill, like we said when we was watching the Super Bowl, Bill didn't care. He didn't even watch the game.
He probably didn't even watch it, right.
But I know Rob wants to. Rob will do it.
Yes.
So,
well, look how much he gave Belichick to spin.
Right.
So that was an indication.
And we still got cap space to get him. Do it. Pull the trigger.
All right.
Now, there's other teams I'm worried about. The Ravens can get him. The Titans can get him. The Chargers have the cap space.
Okay.
But if we talking about winning franchises,
then we know Chargers are out.
Packers, don't think it's going to happen because Aaron Rodgers wants to leave. We'll talk about that in a second. The Browns.
One move could lead to another. Like if something weird happened and he went to Green Bay, then maybe Rodgers stays.
Right.
And speaking of Rodgers, he's trying to leave Green Bay.
He's trying to leave Green Bay.
I think he's just completely fed up with the system, everything.
He went on ESPN last night to talk to one of the...
which was odd.
But I think that was
calculated.
I think he saw what happened earlier that day and saw how Julio handled that.
Yes.
So he was like, you know what, we're going to do a little mini... And he says he has no beef with the fans or the team, but it's the management.
That's done enough for him.
And I can't blame him. He's played 16 years there.
So where's he going?
I don't know. That's the thing, because there's only a few teams.
And he's an MVP. So whoever gets him, you're getting the league MVP.
Right.
Right? You're going to have to give something up for him.
I still think it can be the 49ers. And he also said he has no problem with Love.
Right. No, why would he have it? This is some snot-nosed rookie.
Yeah.
I think Denver would be
Denver would be interesting because that defense is still
solid. And then he follows into Peyton. You know, you get to Denver and you win 1 or 2 in Denver.
But here's the problem: you got to deal with Patrick Mahomes for 2 seasons.
Hey, it is what it is. Can't have everything.
I think it can be the 49ers. That's a strong shot. I'm trying to think. Maybe the Texans, but I mean, would they trade that straight up for Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to go to the Texans. They're not winning. You know,
you said Miami in off.
Well, I was hearing through some ESPN rumors that Miami was interested. What that does for his career in a hot environment may add a few years.
And he's been there for a long time.
And guess who else is in Florida?
Oh,
Tom Brady.
All right.
Tampa, Florida. That's all Florida.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, I'm not sure he wants to share that spotlight of
Well, I mean,
Florida.
but they're in 2 different divisions
yeah,
at that point.
Yeah. That's true, too. Too.
Real quick, before we get off, where do you think Julio will go? Because I'm putting all my...
I'm actually rooting for the Patriots. I would love for him to go to Dallas, but he already rooted my team out.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him go to the Patriots. Because the Patriots still have to deal with the Chiefs before they even think about looking across the pond to face Tampa Bay
and Buffalo and
the
Browns.
Right, you still have to deal with them, and you need that kind of firepower. And if you wind up beating the Chiefs, then I think it's all set and sets up the perfect scenario. Because I still got the Chiefs being the favorites.
And here's the thing, because Fredy said it had a good point last night when we were talking about this move. He said he doesn't know if Cam has an arm.
No more.
And my rookie does. My rookie quarterback does.
Yeah, but do you want to throw a rookie?
No. But I'm saying with the weapons that he has and the offensive line that he got the arm to sling it to.
Well, I don't think Cam's arm is that bad.
No, I don't either. But he did have a good point. He was saying with Mac Jones,
it's not what it's used to be.
Right, but he did say with Mac Jones having the arm.
I don't trust rookies.
I don't either, but
I don't trust rookies.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
The Yankees have won 5 or 6 in a row. They're rolling.
They swept somebody over the weekend.
Rangers, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So they're looking good. They had a triple play in there.
Yeah, that was impressive.
A no-hitter in there.
That was impressive.
So they're starting to.
And we won the game off a walk.
So you take the win any way you can get them. The Mets seem to be struggling a little bit.
It's the Mets, guys. I mean, I don't know.
But it is the Mets.
Now,
if Fredy was here, to his credit, he would tell me all the intricacies of what the Mets need to do.
Yeah, true.
And how they have this,
And Fredy just loves the stadium.
Yes.
He likes the stadium more than...
Yeah, the way it's designed. It's a really cool stadium.
But look, Mets fans, y'all like the Jets.
True story.
Compared to the Giants. So on sorry. But here's the thing. Pitching is everything. Mm-hmm. You also said their rookie player that they signed for... He hasn't been paying.
He appears to be a little overrated right now. And this New York crowd is always tough.
I don't know what happened to Pete. Their rookie who hit 50 home runs.
Oh, yeah. What happened to him?
I don't know what happened to him.
That's a great question. That's a great...
I don't know where Cespedes is.
Yeah.
Cespedes disappeared. Y'all got a lot of players disappearing.
A lot of issues.
Giancarlo Stanton's still doing his thing. I'm liking this year for him.
I hope he can stay healthy.
So.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So in culture, Eli, the Billboard Awards, winners and losers. Who you got?
We have The Weeknd winning 10 out of 16.
Let's clap that up. 10 out of 16.
16 nominations. He walked away with 10.
As he should.
Let me clarify. I love the Billboards way more than the Grammys because these are
more validity.
Yeah, and more accurate with their selections. Yeah. Drake with Artist of the Decade.
Artist of the Decade.
Right for himself. And he got another Billboard for top streams.
Mm-hmm. Clap that up. And Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke walked away with 4.
I'm very happy for Pop Smoke.
I am too.
Posthumous, you know, him passing. His mother was very overwhelmed.
And Juice WRLD was nominated for that too.
That's beautiful.
So he got top new artist, top rap artist, top rap album, and top rap male artist.
That is so dope. And I'm pretty sure it made his moms really proud.
Taylor Swift walked away with a few. Yeah. That was
Taylor Smith, yeah. Taylor Swift.
And
so who are the losers?
I mean, everybody.
When I'm saying that you're happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty much happy.
So nobody got snubbed.
Not for the most part. Meg walked away with a few.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, Grammys, fix your situation.
Yeah, according to GameSpot, they rated the Fast and Furious 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, and I'm already married to the franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to go see it
at this point. And then you kind of think, how much explosive acrobatics can you do? Yeah. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know which one it was, but when they jumped through 2 tall Dubai buildings, I was kind of like, okay, what more can you do? Because before that, he jumped from the left highway, all across from the right highway, and in this one, and then I brought in tanks.
This one, he's gonna jump a mountain,
right, and have a zip line.
A zip line,
like, dude, this is getting out of control.
It really is, but
it's exciting.
We're in. We're gonna go see it.
Like, there's nowhere else, you know.
And
real quick side note, when is Avatar coming?
Avatar.
Because I know the legendary director who directed Titanic and
Cameron.
Right. He said he wanted the technology to catch up. He's going to film 3 of them.
In one time.
In this decade coming up.
So let's hope now's the time.
I know they're filming it, but I'm just expecting
I'm expecting it too.
I was expecting a trailer or something, a teaser.
Well, let's get it.
So I'm excited about that. But
and our last story, today is the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's passing.
Yeah.
And his family is visiting the White House.
Nice.
And so, you know, a lot has happened.
Went by kind of quick.
And there's a lot that still needs to be done in this country.
Absolutely. Really went by fast.
Yes.
Now that I think about it. But it was the pandemic.
A lot of things going
on with that. Happy for the family to go to the White House.
Yeah, maybe discuss
improvements, because
police brutality.
There's still been a lot of police brutality since that day.
Yes.
And but hopefully there's a lot more change coming in the future.
Absolutely well said, young man. So where can we be reached?
We can be reached on at Disabled Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Need the viewership to go up, guys. I'm paying attention to that.
Let's do that.
Like, comment, and I'll see you guys next week. All right?
Peace out. Please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands